Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Middle of the week. It's a beautiful day here in San Diego. It's December, but it feels like summer. It's been hot. Yesterday was in the 80s here in San Diego, and today it's going to be around the same. They said that by the weekend, the weather will cool down, but it doesn't feel like December right now. But I'll take it. And this is In the Raw, unscripted, unpracticed, unedited conversation. And we've been talking about we've been talking that we were made to make a difference. I kind of got tripped up there. We've been talking about different reasons why we were made to make a difference. And the last video we were talking that we were we're here to make a difference on the other side of the wall, and we kind of define that. What does it mean? Well, it means that sometimes we build walls around each other, or around ourselves, I should say, because we don't want to, you know, interact with certain types of people, with certain um, um, parts of society. So we build walls, and or those walls have been built, and we hide behind them. And it's important that we make a difference with those people that we normally don't interact with, people that we don't maybe have anything in common with, or that we don't agree with in many cases. And so we've been talking about that. And one of the things that we need to have and that we need to understand, if we honestly want to look into people's lives and make a difference, is we need to try to understand them, so that we can help cause a difference in their lives. And the only way we can achieve this is by having compassion. And the last video we kind of closed it with that word, compassion. And it's a great word in the Bible, compassion. Jesus was moved by compassion, the Bible says, and he interacted with people that were not considered, acceptable by the society back then. And because of his compassion, he was able to interact with them. And in the Bible, in the New Testament, as you know, it was written in Greek. Well, the Greek word for compassion is, I'm going to try to pronounce it, splagnizomai. And it sounds like the medical term splancology, which is the study of the visceral parts, or the stomach, or the gut, the study of the gut. So really, compassion is something that we feel down deep in our gut, down in, it's kind of like a kick in the gut. It's something that we feel deep within ourselves. And compassion does this. Compassion says this: let's look at the hurting until we hurt with them. Let's sympathize with them. Let's empathize. Let's try to understand their situation. And so we sometimes we look away when we don't agree with somebody, or when we don't agree with somebody's way of thinking, or somebody's lifestyle, right? And but we need to look in the face of the hurting until we hurt with them. And then the actions that come out of the honest heart of compassion are not judgmental actions. See, so when we do that, then there's no room for judgment, judgmental actions. There's only room for good actions. So we begin with an honest look, and continue with a helping hand. This is something that we can all do. So what do you feel down deep inside of yourselves? What pain or suffering makes you angry? When we hate the poverty and the injustice that God hates, we are moved to change it and find specific ways to bring the hope found in Jesus to desperate situations. And so we need to have that compassion with the people that we don't agree with, the people that we feel that are going the wrong path. And instead of looking away, instead of being judgmental because of the way they look, the way they think, the way they conduct themselves, we need to have compassion. And that's how we're going to make a difference, because compassion will lead us to act out of love. which is what Jesus did. So we're going to continue talking more about this. We'll close this out next in the next video. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. We will talk to you soon.